Good evening, everyone. Welcome to V8s Online's live coverage of the Oceanic Sprint Championship Round 4 tonight from the beautiful Imola circuit. Jay Kennedy, and joining me in the chair tonight, welcome back to the booth, Scott Fountain. Fonty, welcome back in, mate. It's good to have you alongside me for tonight.
Oh, cheers, mate. Thanks, everybody. Welcome, viewers, to another great V8s Online broadcast. Yep, coming from the wonderful Imola racetrack. I was fortunate enough to be able to go and check out this racetrack last year when I was doing my European Motorsport Tour, which, yeah, certainly a great circuit. And, of course, the great Ayrton Senna unfortunately lost his life at this track. So, yeah, certainly some, it's a very famous racetrack in itself, mate. We certainly have a good field of GT3 cars coming in to race tonight.
Yeah, it's a pretty stacked field once again, and a good mix up of cars in amongst the field too, with around about 40 odd cars in the event at the moment. All the drivers currently on track in qualifying, and on screen at the moment is the man in position number 2, Josh Anderson, newest recruit for One Performance Racing. That small team's grown a little bit. I think they just quadrupled their drivers.
Have, mate. Yeah, well, they're doing a great job at One Performance Racing. They're they've come up a long way, and I can pretty much say that we will definitely see them certainly at the front of the field, and certainly in the V8 Scops at some point, mate. They've got some great drivers. Joshua Anderson is no slouch, so we've seen him running now Cup Price Racing Mazda MX-5 series, and yeah, he's certainly gone alright in that. And I've raced against him myself in the old Skip Barber, so he's no slouch. So I reckon he's in contention for tonight's win. What are your thoughts there, mate?
Yeah, he's definitely a quick driver, just probably a little bit young in the mind in regards to racing, so a little bit of practice with a good quality team, joined a good bunch of guys, so he'll get a pretty good education and see him jump up to the next level. On screen is the man who is fastest at the moment, is Elliot Biddle, currently on an out lap, so we will go and find someone on a flying lap. Like Martin Silvassi about to start a flying lap, we might watch him through, currently in 5th. Of course, the new team he's with, it's Trick Sim Sports, formerly of Evolution Racing Team, but off in a new venture.
Okay, yeah, I was just going to say, Elliot Biddle, he's one of the Evolution Racing Team's recruits, so yeah, he's certainly going to be out there in front there, and yeah, that Mercedes certainly looks pretty sharp with that Logitech G livery there.
Important in these races, we've seen, now that we've seen the switch in fuel tank requirements, we've gone from the very limited fuel tank and potential two-stop races to the out-and-out sprints with a splash and dash of fuel for everybody. Pit window opens around about the 8-minute mark of each race, and around about the 37-odd minute mark it closes. That opens up a really important window for guys. Well, it puts a lot more onus on good qualifying, because you want to be right up the front, out of the traffic, making sure you can actually punch in your lap times the way you want to. You don't want to be stuck behind traffic and have it hurt your lap times and mean that you use extra fuel trying to get past.
Yeah, you're exactly right, mate. It's the thing about GT racing. You need to sort of think about the long game as such, and can you save enough fuel to be able to make it home, and where do you sort of position yourself? Do you draft behind the other guys to try and save that little bit of extra fuel every lap? But I'm sure we're going to see a great race here this year. I certainly love this Imola circuit, and can certainly throw up some great racing. So lots of tight, twisty turns and sort of fast straights into tight corners. So yeah, I'm sure we're going to see a little bit of maybe a couple of accidents here and there, but yeah, I guess we'll be kicking off very soon.
It's a track that sort of brings about close, tight, intense racing, just in the nature of the long straights, tight chicanes and tight corners, with a couple of longer corners thrown in the mix. It really brings about a bizarre mixture of race strategies as well, because of the way that, as you said, do you stick behind the other guy ahead of you and draft? Do you tuck in behind someone to save some fuel? What do you do in that aspect? And saw a few guys start to think about this strategy last week. Most of the drivers ran the long game and pitted towards the end of the pit window. We saw the Audis were very, very quick last week, but the curbs were definitely not the friends of the Audis last week. Not quite as many Audis as what we saw last week. We've got Mercedes, Ferrari, and Mercedes, the top 5 at the moment. So a good mix. And the top 11 at the moment is Bo Albert has a big moment. And
Yeah, I
around
was
he
just going to
goes.
comment on that.
So go to Anthony Winkleman next. 11 drivers, or now 12 drivers, within a second with Mark Rayner, 6 thousandths off that magic 1 second barrier. And Dylan Shepherd only 4 1,000ths behind him. So 11th, or even 9th, back through to 14th, is 500ths of a second.
Yeah, pretty close field there. It's good to see old Bo Albert right up there in the mix. Bo's certainly helped us out here at V8s Online at times, so good to see him out there having a crack tonight. And yeah, I'm sure he'll definitely be fighting for a top 3 position. But yeah, great turnout of drivers tonight. Yeah, 39 drivers signed into the session, so I'm sure we're going to see some great racing and yeah, a whole range of different teams running through this. So I hope to see sort of one team right at the front there, and yeah, I reckon we're going to mix it up.
This series has really brought about a real mix of drivers, real mix of strategy games. When we get into the racing, as you just see Tyler Blackburn on screen move up the timesheets, he's just gained 2 spots up into P8. And that dropped dropped a spot from that, Daniel Benefield. And Tyler Blackburn had identical times not that long ago. Benefield about to cross the finish line to commence another flying lap. Doesn't improve on that one.
No, so 6 minutes left of the session. These guys are going to get maybe 3 more laps in if they're on a run now. So not long left to be able to do it. But yeah, certainly very close between these front sort of 15 cars, mate.
Their front 15 now 1.2 seconds. Top 14, 1 second. 1.01 seconds separating first through to 14th. So extremely close field. Top 24,
Yeah,
less than 2
exactly.
seconds too.
Yeah, and for the track length is 4.9 kilometers long, so God, not much in it really, is it? It's just jumping on that throttle a little bit earlier or braking a little bit later, and before you know it, you could be at the top of the timesheets. But talking about timesheets, if you want to check all our live timing out, please do jump on our V8s Online website. You will see our live timing there available for anyone to view. We're live on Facebook and we're live on YouTube as well. So yeah, please jump on and subscribe to our website while you're there, our YouTube. Give us a like on Facebook, and we'll try and keep you updated with all the happenings in the sim racing world, certainly in the New Zealand and Australia community.
There's always plenty going on too. A lot that we don't even know about half the time, that we get told a little bit too late. But on screen, Mark Rayner currently in 13th position, exactly 1 second off the pole time set by Elliot Biddle. There has been heaps going on in the AusNZ sim racing world. It's probably the 1 week of the year where things get a little bit quieter. It's probably still quieter than Christmas time this time of year in the sim racing world, at least in the AusNZ community. And we always
Well,
have
this
big
week
events on.
we do. This week, of course, is the famous Bathurst 1000 in real life. We had the V8 Scots Bathurst 1000 2 weeks ago, but this weekend we have the real one, and yeah, I can't wait to watch it. I'm based here in the United Kingdom, so I have to get up at stupid o'clock and sit through the night to be able to watch it, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Bathurst is certainly one of my favourite events of the year, and certainly throws up a lot of controversy, and you never really know who's going to win. It's any one of those sort of top 20 guys who could win that event. So I know you're looking forward to it as well, Jay, and yeah, it's going to be a great event, mate.
I can't wait to plant myself on the couch this weekend. Of course, I'll get off the couch for tomorrow night for the Cut Price Racing MX5 Challenge. Uh,
Of course,
once we
mate.
get through this weekend with the real life Bathurst 1000, we're going to do another one. Next weekend, we'll
We
broadcast
are
the iRacing
the
official
official.
Bathurst 1000. So that'll be 3 Bathurst 1000s in 4 weekends.
Yeah,
Can't
big
wait.
old effort on and from V8's online here. Yeah, so yeah, we did the official Bathurst 1000 for iRacing last year, and this year we're going to be having the honours to run the event again. So yeah, we're certainly looking forward to it.
Josh Anderson just crossing the line. He may improve. He just improved on his time. Not enough
Yes,
to
he
gain a
did.
spot.
Not much. He's improved, but yeah, sort of only zero point 0.3 of a second separating those two guys. And Michael Kirkman, God, he's right close behind Joshua. So
It's very
there's
close.
definitely going to be a close battle on between these guys.
And a man that always just seems to move his way up the timesheets and plod along every week, Ross Rizzo, all of a sudden found himself in 6th position on the timesheets. And he's about to start another flying lap. So his best lap 140.0. Doesn't have to find too much to gain some spots too. If you can find a 10th, he gains 2.
Yeah, one of the people we should take mention too is one of our event coordinators as such for the series, Simon Mazzomo, sitting back there in 24th position. Simon puts a lot of effort into the sim racing community in AusNZ, and yeah, he's a big part of the series. So these guys also run the Oceanic Endurance Championship, which we've had the shakedown round as such a few weeks ago at Circuit of the Americas, and it's not too long until we kick off round 1 for that. So please do keep an eye out for all of that information and news on that, and jump on and watch our broadcast for that.
Aim dump up the timesheets up into Jared Philsells. Jumped in for a little bit of a steer. Getting himself back in the groove, ready for Blancpain series coming up. Battle it out, and Bo Albert's been dropped back 6th position, about to finish his into last flying lap. Have one more crack if he's not happy with this lap. See what he does. Going to be pretty close to his best. Just off his best lap. Elliot Biddle about to start his final flying lap with only 20 seconds left on the clock. But nothing left to go now. Of course, the drivers have 45-minute race ahead of them tonight. Checker flag is out in qualifying, so Anderson, Kirkham, Winkleman all have finished their flying laps. Biddle's run a bit wide there, so it might have validated his lap time if he pushes on.
Yeah, so 0.4 of a second separating first to fifth. Bo Albert's not too far behind. He dropped back. He was sitting in P4 at one stage. He's obviously he's dropped back to P6.
Philsell just went up to 3rd on his final lap too.
Oh, nice work, Jared. Nice work.
See what Biddle can do
Jared
as he comes around the final corner. I mean, the pits.
One of our... Oh, he's going to pull in the pits. Just saying, yeah, Jared Philsell, one of our legends as such in the sim racing world. He's no slouch in any car that he gets in. Obviously, he was our 2015 V8 Supercar Online Premier Series champion. He's looking in a pretty good position for this year's championship as well. I'm not going to put any bad luck on him there, but yeah, he's had a pretty good Bathurst 1000 the other weekend, and I'm sure he'll be looking to continue that form on into the last round of the Enduro Cup.
Last driver to put in a lap will be Philip Morton, another one of the organisers in this series. Big thank you to the guys from Oceanic Racing. Make sure you check out their website, oceanic-racing.com. So, data and stats and standings and everything you need to know about the championship and also the upcoming championship. I think we run through the starting group because qualifying is done. Biddle will start from pole. Josh Anderson will start second. Phil Sell third. Michael Kirkham in fourth position. Anthony Winkleman in fifth. Bo Albert in sixth. Martin Silvassi in seventh. Ross Rizzo in eighth. Tyler Blackburn ninth. And Justin Strickland will round out. In 11th, we've got Daniel Benefield, then Jeff Rahali, Blake Neck, Mark Rayner, Dylan Shepherd, Chris Lazarevich, Jeremy Franklin, Philip Morton, Carl Rapper, David Jellings, Scott Siskowski, Adam Wright, Shane Bowen, Simon Mazzomo, Grant Hines, Nino Natal, TJ Brown, David Coleman, Dave Oliver, Sam Ross, Otis Drift, Rob Harris, Luke Geisen, Phil Gadd, and Ryan O'Sullivan. 35 drivers to lap this one tonight. So we've got 45 minutes of racing. It's going to be around about a 28 lap race. The pit window open around about lap 5. Close around about lap 22, 23, 24. Somewhere in that range. We don't really know yet. Drivers haven't really been too coy in telling us too much about the pit strategy. Very short run to the start line too for the guys as they start on the back straight. It's going to be a very, very interesting race. I'm not sure who will win this one, but any of those top 6 are real contenders here. Never discount Ross Rizzo, the way that he can drive these cars. He just keeps himself out of trouble, keeps himself clean, saves a bit of fuel. Always seems to have a little bit shorter pit stop. So interesting to see what he can do in this one as well. Get ready for the drivers to take the green flag.
Yeah, you're exactly right, man. I reckon, Jared's going to be right there, and there will be a close battle between Anderson. My prediction would be that those two will battle it out, but it will get a slight little gap at the start. And yeah, there'll be a battle which will back up between Phil Sell. But we will all see.
Can't really pick these ones because always some unknown factors that come into play. Drivers pull away to commence this race. Said 45 minutes. This one again tonight, as per every race in this championship, 45 minutes each and every race. Elliot Biddle will lead the field up to the start line to get this one underway. Really looking forward to seeing how this race plays out. Imola always puts on a really good show. The GT3 cars are a lot of fun to drive around this track. Race around it is even more enjoyable as away they go. Great jump from the row on the inside. Biddle gets a great jump. Phil Sell is right up and alongside Anderson. Michael Kirkham's going to try and come through as well.
Oh, yes, that's great. Here we go. It's on here. We've got Biddle right out in front. He's opened up a nice little gap so far. 0.6 of a second. Then we go back to is that Anderson back there?
Yep, we've got one driver already out of the race. Luke Geisken already out. So Biddle leads from Phil Sell. And up the inside goes Kirkham on Anderson. And move done. And Bo Albert's going to get done too. Winkleman's got stuck around the outside as well. So that was Winkleman that was passed.
Okay, yes. So we see a nice little battle happening back there with Simon Mazzomo. These guys really close. Keeping it nice and clean though. I haven't seen really any contact as such yet. GT3 racing obviously sort of need to take it a bit easier on the start. These cars are prone to getting damaged quite easily. As you can imagine, a real...
Winkleman, just big hit right into the back of Kirkham. As you're saying, damage is never good in these cars.
No.
Winkleman giving...
No, it's certainly not.
Big hurry up on Kirkham.
Yeah, if you think about a real sort of GT3 car and how expensive these cars are, they're kind of made of paper at times, and those carbon fibre panels and whatnot certainly don't withstand too much hitting as such. So same goes for sim racing, but yeah, I reckon these Mercedes look to be pretty fast early on in the race.
Yeah, the Mercedes look like that's the car to be in at the moment. Josh Anderson, the odd one out in the top 5 at the
Oh,
moment.
we've just
Through goes
seen
Winkleman.
just do a move.
Bo Albert and Ross
Nice
Rizzo were
move
side by
there.
side. The top 8, we've got 6 Mercedes and 2 Ferraris. Mercedes, Ferrari, then 4, so 3 Mercedes, another Ferrari with the one of Albert, and then 2 more Mercedes. A Ferrari and an Audi round out the top 10, but this battle pack 4th back to 8th. 5th back to 9th, sorry. Very, very tight, very, very close.
Yeah, certainly is, mate. This battle between Mark Rayner and Chris Lazarick certainly pretty close as well. Only 0.2 separating these guys, and then we go back to Dave Oliver. His little fight there. Oh, we've got a car off in the background. Not sure who that is at the stage. I think it's Sam Ross. No, Dave Oliver. Dave Oliver.
Oh, just hearing another car off. It might be Sam Ross, the 555 and the 92 of Shane Bowen.
Yes,
They're both.
Sam Ross is off. Oh, he's got big damage.
Big
He's
hit.
done considerable damage to that front engine. You can see the car smoking there quite badly. So, yeah.
Adam Wright was the other car that you saw
for
off
him.
the
I'm
track.
sure he'll be gutted.
Yeah, it's very, very tough when you crash out this early in a race. Side by side was Bowen and Ross, and don't think there was much more that Bowen could have done there, holding the line, and tried to give enough room, but there wasn't enough room given back. Go back live to the battle at the front. Fastest driver on track is Phil Sell, but side by side, Albert and Rizzo were for a moment. Albert jumps back in the line.
Just looking back there at Blake Nick's car, he's got some considerable rear wing damage, so that certainly won't be helping his straight line efforts. Jeffrey Harley sitting back there in P11, right on the back of Dylan Shepherd there in his Audi. In front of them we have Daniel Benefield in the Ferrari.
Chris Lavarevich has just spun around at turn 4.
Managed to keep it going though now, so he's dropped back to P18 at the moment.
He was just outside, or in 13th position, almost contact into the back of Mark Rayner too. Is lucky not to make contact, and we're just seeing Daniel Benefield now around as well.
Here we go, Ross Rizzo all over the back of Michael Kirkman, looking to make a move. Oh, we've got a car spun up there. That's Jared Filsell. Jared's gone around. Oh, Jared will be absolutely gutted there. He's dropped back to P8, P9 now. So, yeah, disappointing there. And we've got Jeffrey Harley who's going around the outside of Filsell. So Filsell gone from hunting at the front right back to 10th. But hey, we can't, I guarantee you Jared Filsell will get his head down, and we will see him get back up there. He's probably not going to catch up to the likes of Elliot Biddle, who has opened that gap up over Joshua Anderson of 1.5 seconds now. Then we've got another 2.5 seconds back to Anthony Winkleman.
Have a look at Ross Rizzo. Oh, big hit between he and Kirkham. And side by side,
wow.
Big hit. Albert into the fence. Albert is done.
Albert will be absolutely gutted there.
That was a huge, huge hit.
Yeah.
Ross
I was
Rizzo
just riding along with Jeffrey Harley and saw that out the front window there. So
we saw Rizzo make a very, very good pass on Winkleman, and probably on Kirkham. Probably checked him up a little bit more than he expected. And Albert side by side. And then I don't even think Kirkham would have known he was there. Kirkham's just been passed by Martin Silvassi as well now too, so Kirkham's dropped back to 6, and there is a fair bit of damage to the left-hand side of that car.
Yeah, so more than likely he'll be struggling to go around left-hand corners, and it will certainly not help his straight line efforts as I'm just riding along with Jared Filsell. He's all over the back of Dylan Shepherd. So Jared dropped back to P10, he's back up to P8 obviously with Bo Albert going off there and ended up in the fence. He's been gifted a position, but we're just going to see him put a move up the inside of Dylan Shepherd. So Phil Sal back up to P7.
Definitely on a charge. See what he can do from this, and looking at the times as well, the gap at the front closed a little, but it's stretched back out again. Coming down to around about a second, but it's stretched back out to the 2 seconds once more. Josh Anderson tries to hunt down Elliot Biddle.
Yeah, Elliot's doing a fantastic job. He's had nobody get anywhere near him. He's just eyes forward, not worrying about what's going on behind. And I'm sure Anderson will be pushing very hard, but will we see the Ferrari have the goods over the Mercedes? Only time will tell.
Looks like it might be the Mercedes the way that it's going tonight. Mercedes leading, but that lone Ferrari in that top 7 is Josh Anderson. He's doing a very, very good job consolidating his lap times at the moment, just applying enough pressure, probably saving a little bit of fuel as well to make a shorter pit stop. That pit window is open now, so it won't be too long before we start to see some of these guys pit. And one guy that is not saving fuel is Jared Filsell, because he is on a charge.
He certainly is, mate. He certainly is. He's struggling to keep up with those times. Elliot Biddle doing a 39.9 that last lap. Joshua Anderson doing a 40.6. So, yeah, hard for them to catch Biddle at the stage. But, you know, I'm sure, you know, we've still got 36 minutes to go in this race. So anything can happen. I'm sure pit stops are going to throw a cat amongst the pigeons and really throw up the result at the end. We're just looking at Blake Neck all over the back of Nino Natali.
Side by side.
Yeah, he's going to get the move done, maybe. Oh, around the outside. Here we go. Is he going to hold it again? These GT3
Going to do it around the outside.
Oh, he is. Hey, that's a solid effort there. Well done to Blake Neck.
Great move to get it done around the outside. And he's pulling away a little bit.
Here we go.
Was pulling away, and Nino Natalia starting to close the gap in the draft, almost bump drafting down the front straight.
Here we go. I'm just riding along with Jared. He's going to pop Michael Kirkman to P6
here. Jeff Rahali, a big crash. Sorry, Fonty, but Rahali's lost the bonnet. Had big heavy contact with the wall. Get a cut price racing replay of that.
Rear wing. See the rear wing has got some considerable damage, so also another little battle. We've got Taylor Blackburn as well, so we'll focus on him after the cut price racing replay.
Josh Anderson's dropped. Something's happened to Anderson because he's dropped behind Winkleman. I'm wondering if Anderson's had a slowdown penalty or something and had to give up a bit of time and then give up the spot. Anderson was a long way ahead of Winkleman, about 2.5 seconds, and all of a sudden that gap has just disintegrated. Know that there are a couple of places on the track that if you're a bit too aggressive, run a bit too wide, cut the corner too hard. Oh, actually he's had a big moment. Almost looped it. Good recovery from Anderson, but gonna have to try and hunt down Winkleman, who's started to pull a gap as soon as he's got past. Winkleman now into second. Ross Rizzo doing a very good job up to third. Jeff Rahali obviously in the pits with
we've got
damage.
A car around at the back there somewhere. Rahali's around again. Oh, Rahali's in the pit lane, so he must have enough damage to maybe give himself a mechanical flag.
Yep,
a meatball
flag,
I should say. I was trying to get the words out there.
I knew what you were trying to say. Phil Sell's just gained another spot too. He's just passed Silvassi, so another spot done, and he's up to 5th. Got 10 seconds to gain. Rahali could also be using this as well to just take that fuel stop now. He knows he's going to come out in fresh air. Just push on and consolidate some lap times. No pressure back there now. Phil Sell doing a very good job. But Elliot Biddle is stretching that gap at the front.
Yeah, I tell you what, 5.2 seconds between first and second. Jared Filsell, he's got 2.3 seconds to catch up on Rizzo. But yeah, he's certainly doing a good job. He was really lucky there when he had that moment and spun the car to not get any damage. But Blake Blake Nick is he's through as well. So I've got
Yep. Past
Nick
TJ
in
Brown.
P16.
Michael Kirkham's got pressure once more too. Now got Dylan Shepherd right up behind him now, ready to pounce in the leading Audi for tonight. Seeing TJ Brown's had a moment. TJ Brown has spun his McLaren at the final corner. Lots of strange errors and strange moments and spins. No real big crashes other than the one we saw with Albert and Kirkham, but been a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, mistakes is something that we haven't seen from Biddle, although Anthony Winkleman is slightly catching him. That gap was opened up to 5.3 seconds. It's now down to 5. So we've still got 32 minutes of this race to go. So we've had 13 minutes of the race. It is certainly possible for these guys to catch up. Phil South closed that gap between himself and Rezo to 1.9. So Phil South definitely fastest on track. If we take a look at Phil South's time, Phil South's last lap, a 40.4.
Same
Biddle's
time as
last lap,
Biddle.
40.4. Winkleman, 40.6. Anderson, 40.6. So nothing in it between these guys. Rizzo slightly a little bit further back on a 41 flat. So, yep, slightly off the pace from these front guys. But, yeah, it's certainly nothing in it.
Inner Natal off the track as well. So another driver having an incident, as well as Phil Gadd too. Got back in the pit lane. Self spin there for both Gadd and Natal. Go back live once more. Anderson's closing up on Winkleman a little bit too now. That gap's closed
Yeah, he
quite a
certainly
lot.
is. It's under half a second now, Jay. So, yeah, man, this is a great race. I'll tell you what, this Imola circuit certainly throws up all types of racing, and yeah, I'd love to race here in real life. Oh, as we see Winkleman, big moment there. That's given every opportunity for Anderson to catch right on the back now, and that's opened up the gap for Biddle opened it up to 5.5 seconds again. So, should we look a little bit further back? Michael Kirkman all over the back of Dylan Shepherd.
The
We're
Shepherd's
going to
just
see
got
him pop
through.
through. Okay,
Yep.
sorry, viewers. Shepherd has just got through there. Didn't see that before. My bad.
I'll let you off, mate. It looks like a fairly good
Thanks.
pass there from Shepherd. We'll get a Cup Price Racing replay
Yeah.
of that pass.
If Yeah, get that up there. We
Classic
just
move at
see
the hairpin.
classic move, and that's the best thing about this track is these hairpins. It certainly opens up a lot of passing opportunities. Just looking a little bit further back, James Harris, he's had a moment. He's dropped right back there.
Rhino Sullivan's had
So
a
I'm
crash too.
wondering. Ah, that's a real shame.
Rhino Sullivan, another one of the ERT drivers, not having a great night tonight, unfortunately for those guys.
No,
Seeing
Jeff
some real,
Rahali is
real surprising
disappointed as
incidents
well.
tonight.
Yeah, so yeah, disappointing. Disappointing.
One ERT
Kirkman,
driver that is doing a good job is Elliot Biddle. He's way out in front. Anderson and Winkleman, that's going to be a very, very intriguing battle over the next few laps. Kirkham and Shepherd, that's close too
yep,
now.
it's still on. It's still on, mate. Those guys are going to battle it out right to the end, I reckon. So that was 1.1 seconds behind Rizzo, so he still looks to be the fastest on track. We've got a 40.4 for him last lap and a 40.5 for Biddle, so 1/10 of a second faster. Um, so yeah, it's certainly on, mate.
Three
Chris
battles inside
Lazarus.
the top 10. It's good to see.
I know. Don't you love it? GT racing at its best, guys.
Strategy games will be really starting to come to play now because they'll be working out whether they stick behind the guy that they're battling with and save a bit of fuel to undercut them at the pit stops. Lazarevich up the inside. He's going to get the move done on Blackburn, who's had to run very, very wide. Lazarevich drops back in behind. He's not going to be able to get the move done.
So maybe some of our viewers here on YouTube or Facebook site into maybe when their teams are going to make their pit stops. And we appreciate any that you can give us.
Yeah, we like a bit of inside information. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, look at that. Elliot Biddle in the pits right now. I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised if Biddle pits because around about a 42-second to 44-second cycle down this huge pit lane. It's so long. The Biddle will probably find himself in a little bit of fresh air. The only thing is going to be is how easy it will be for him to pass traffic when he gets to that point. Be too long before we see Elliot Biddle jump back away again. She's jumped out of the car. Elliot Biddle's done.
What?
Biddle's left the car and left the session. He's out. Race done for Elliot Biddle.
Oh, that's a real shame. Maybe he's had some other commitments that he's needed to go and do. But yeah, that is a real shame. So that's basically... Oh, well, I tell you what, this race now...
Winkleman just made a big moment. Up the inside, looks Anderson. He won't be able to get it done. Oh, he goes back for the second time and a touch!
Oh, there we go, he's around.
And Winkleman's around.
Oh, no.
And Philsell and Rizzo are right close together. But we'll have to get another look at that.
Winkleman's going to collect that up. You can guarantee he's going to be... There looks to be no damage on that car. But you can guarantee he will be seething after that.
He will not be a happy man. Probably a little bit unnecessary from Anderson to throw it back up there for that second move.
Talking about earlier,
yep.
Jay, with kind of not having the smartest race head on him at this stage. He's quite a young guy, very talented kid. Don't take that away from him, but yeah, needs to kind of think a little bit more about the end game of a race. You know, certainly don't want to be taking out one of your close competition because I can guarantee you next round, if Winkleman gets a little bit closer, he ain't going to hesitate in giving him a slight little tap. Well, I certainly wouldn't anyway.
Change of position for second position while you talk about your punting abilities. Philsell through on Ross Rizzo. This has absolutely changed game here.
It has changed the game. So are we going to see... Philsell's definitely going to hunt down Anderson here. You can see him in his sights.
Anderson will probably come under the wrath of race control post-race too. Ross Rizzo leading this championship too. I would guarantee it as well. I think he probably knows that he's in for a stern talking to from race control.
Yeah. Just galore there. They're going to have to go.
Winkleman and Rayner probably the closest battle on track at the moment. In saying that, Shepherd and Kirkham's caught back up again. They stretched out to about a second, and Kirkham's closed up once more. Not going to let him go that easily.
Yeah, battle galores in this pack. Rizzo doing an excellent job to hold on to Philsell there. Only half a second behind. Rizzo's last lap was a 41.1 and Philsell's last lap was a 40.4. Anderson 40.9. So Philsell has half a second advantage on him at this stage in the race. Will we see these two guys battle it out, or will we see Anderson really get his head down and forget about the mistake he made the previous lap and you know, put the pedal to the metal to try and open up that gap?
I'm actually thinking too, Ross Rizzo is probably saving a little bit of fuel too. I know that Jared Philsell would not have even thought about fuel strategy or anything like that until it comes time, oh, I've got to pit, how much fuel do I need? It'll be a last second guessing game, but Rizzo, oh, big moment. Who's that? That's Shepherd in the fence. Race done. Huge moment for Shepherd.
Real shame. Going to have to go back and get a Cup Pricing Racing replay for that one. He's going to try and turn around. Does he have a Oh, the car looks to be pretty damaged. He's having to steer to the left to keep it in a straight line. So, yeah, you can guarantee he'll have a meatball flag.
That was a huge hit in the wall. Lost it as it come off the AstroTurf and onto the grass. And
Yeah,
I'm guessing
so
it's just lost traction when it's hit that grass and round it's gone. Unfortunate end of the race for Shepard because he was doing a very good job moving his way through the
yeah,
field.
so you're exactly right. What you'll generally find is when I've ever driven the Audi, it's very snappy in the rear. It just kind of tends to just give away on you. You can be holding it on, and if you slightly jump on the throttle a little bit earlier, it just snaps around on you. So that looks like what has happened is we see him pull into the pit lane. That rear wing has some serious damage to it. So, you know, yeah, we're going to see him sitting there for a while. Do you know if these guys have a fast repair, Jay?
I cannot remember, so I can't confirm or deny.
Okay, no
I'm
problem.
no
We'll see
no good
here in a
there, am I?
minute. Yes, yes, they do. He has one fast repair.
That's
So,
good. See him back out there then.
um, see him back out there, although he has dropped right back down to P18, P19 at this stage. P20 as he goes down, as he starts to come towards the exit of the pit lane. It's very long pit lane, as Jay was commenting earlier. God, we're down to 20 minutes to go in this
Yeah,
race, Jay.
already
Where's
halfway
this?
through.
I know. Where's it gone?
It's been a really enthralling race too. It's been a real surprise packet in what's happened and what's transpired in this race. We see almost half the field already in the pits, either thinking about their pit strategy or unfortunately involved in incidents. But 21 minutes to go, still 21 drivers left to make their pit stop, and we're watching Anthony Winkleman. Big moment from Michael Kirkham, big slide once again in his Mercedes. They continue on, no one in the pits yet. Not much between these guys, and I wouldn't be surprised if Winkleman can get a move done coming into turn one.
Exactly. Only 0.2 of a second holding these guys apart. As we see him go right, he's gonna. Oh, we're gonna see Kirkman hold that inside line, but is he gonna go on the outside? Good
Oh,
effort there.
round the
Well
outside.
done. Wow. Right
Great
round
move.
the outside, mate. That is pure class right there. But I'm sure Kirkman's not going to give up that position easily. These guys both running in the Mercedes car. I certainly love driving this Mercedes, and it certainly looks pretty cool. They sound really cool. Oh, big
Oh,
moment there. Huge moment. Oh, he's going to need to change his underwear after that one.
that was huge for Winkleman, and he somehow kept it together and maintained speed as well. But what this has done while these guys are battling very hard, rain is starting to close in to these guys behind. So I would not be surprised to see one of these three in this 5th, 6th, 7th battle in the pits this time around.
Hey, can I just take your attention there to Blake, Nick, Simon Mazzomo battle? These guys going at it really hard. We just see Blake, Nick go around the outside, and then he outbraked himself, and here we go. He's up the inside. He's got the job done again. But Mazzomo, no, he's let him go.
Good battle.
Jared Filsell closed that gap. Now it's at 1 second. So that was all at 2.5 seconds, not many laps ago. So Jared is certainly on a fight here. You can guarantee that he's going to have a lot less fuel than what Anderson's got, though.
Yeah, he'll have a very long pit stop in comparison to the rest of the drivers. Will Jared Filsell, but he's also got pretty good pace. So I don't think he's too worried about how long it's going to take him to stop the car and put juice in the tank, because he will be on an out-and-out tear to try and finish this race in first position one way or another. And for the first time, he is under a second away from the race leader.
Yeah, so our closest battle on track at the moment is P17, P18, Nino Natali and Matt Morris. These guys, only 0.2 of a second separating them. Oh, as we see
Oh,
Matt
big
Morris.
crash!
Oh, there. Oh,
Oh,
big moment there. He should be readdressing that position. Yeah, we can guarantee that Nino Natali's going to have a slowdown after cutting that grass.
yep. Morris continues on. Actually, Natal's thinking about trying to get in the pits, but he's missed the pit entry and he's had to exit the car. If we can get a replay of that hit.
Phil
Well,
Sell. 0.7 of a second between these guys. You can guarantee Anderson will be looking hard in that review mirror. Jared is a very accomplished sim racer, and I'm sure Anderson is aware of that, so we're going to see these guys battle it out now. I'm really interested to see how long these pit stops take. From what I can see here, the guys who have taken their pit stops are taking on average maybe around about 13 seconds to do their stop. So I'm guessing that's no tyres, just fuel.
Yeah, just splash of fuel. I think need about 25 odd litres to finish the race, so I'm probably going to get corrected there.
Please do jump on and correct, Jay.
I'm always
If
happy
he's not,
to get told I'm wrong. I usually am wrong. Simon Mazzomo's under pressure once again. Tyler Blackburn was about to look at putting a move on, but he's just jumped into the pits, so that's end of that. But the battle at the front is on for sure now.
yes, I'm just going to keep an eye here on Taylor Blackburn's pit stop time. So, Blackburn in the pits, is up on the jacks, and now 5 seconds into it. Here we go, 10. 10.7. 10.7 for Blackburn. So, that is the second fastest stop to Jeremy Franklin at this stage. So, will we see him make a few positions up when these other guys make their pit stops? But we must take a look back at the front now. Jared Filsow, Joshua Anderson, it's right on here. We've got Jared Filsow. He's flashing those lights. He's trying to distract Joshua Anderson.
And they got a lap car right ahead of them too.
Yes. Is he gonna get out of the way? Yes, he is. No, he's not at this stage. Here we go.
Going to try and get out of the way, but he's going to end up in the way because there's going to try and be a move on.
Here we go. 3 wide. Oh, we're on. It's on here. I reckon we're gonna see Jared try and pop him up the inside here, or is he just now? Actually, might be a good opportunity for him to actually just sit there, use a little bit less fuel, wait until.
Oh no, he's going to do it around the outside.
Oh, here we go.
Big move around the outside, gets a move done. Anderson's backed out of it.
Yeah.
Thought better of
probably a
fighting
decision there from Anderson, to be honest. He's gonna use Jared's slipstream. So I reckon we've got to see these guys pit very soon. We've seen a few of them make their stops already. I reckon it's going to be within the next lap or two. What do you reckon, Jay?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Anderson jumps in the lane now. Ross Rizzo might push on until the last possible moment. We're just seeing Anthony Winkleman in the pits, and he has stopped for a very long time. So possibly,
yeah, he's got tyres.
Either tyres, or has he had a pit lane penalty? 27-second stop, possibly a 17-second speeding in pit lane penalty.
So it is possible. It is possible. And talking about, we just had a car off there as the leaders come through. I'm not
TJ
sure
Brown.
who that was.
TJ Brown.
TJ Brown, he's managed to loop it. Talking about pit stops. Now, Jay, you would have seen we posted up on our website. If you want to check it out, please do check out our website. We had I think it's about 3 or 4 articles old now, but iRacing are bringing in a cool new feature, which is animated pit stops. We're going to see pit crews rolling out, changing tyres, adding fuel. So, I can't wait to see that in the broadcast, Jay.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see it in the broadcast too, because at the moment, or the original plans at this stage are for it to just be on your own car, and then it'll slowly get rolled out to everyone. It'll start with the NASCAR Gen 6 Monster Energy Cup cars, and it'll start to move on throughout the rest of the cars. And how cool will it be coming in the Formula 1 car? 1.5 seconds later, you're ready to go again after they've changed you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Jared's really pushing hard, isn't he? He's dropping a wheel off. He's not holding back at all. He's opened that gap up to 0.8 of a second. So Anderson is still in that slipstream sort of air. We should probably take a lap on board with one of these guys at some stage, Jay, and just go quiet, let the viewers have a look and see what a lap around this famous Imola racetrack is like.
We will do that very soon. I'm just watching Michael Kirkham struggling. He's got Mark Rayner right on his tail now. Martin Silvassi jumped out of that battle pack, took his pit stop, but Rayner now is closed up on Kirkham. Kirkham's really struggled since the start of this race. Obviously started right up at the front. And he's just dropped spots throughout this race as it's gone along. Obviously with that incident with Bo Albert, since then he must have some sort of damage because he's way down on speed.
Oh, we've just seen a move there. Justin Strickland, Shane Bowen. These guys have just had a pass between themselves.
We'll get a replay of it. Thanks to Cut
Get a
Price Racing.
replay. Yep, big thanks to Cut Price Racing, big supporters of V8s Online and what we do here, and yeah, we look forward to building on that relationship in the future. So big thanks to Paul for helping us out over the last sort of few months.
Rayner's got himself out of that little battle. He was catching up to Kirkham pretty quick, and he's jumped in the pits to escape and end that battle. And I wouldn't be surprised if Phil, Sal, Anderson, Rizzo, and Kirkham all come in this time, because pit window is starting to close quite quickly. It'll be a pit I don't know what it'll be. I was going to go somewhere and I've sort of lost my train of thought and thought that wasn't anywhere near as funny as it was going to be.
It'll be a pit stop. That's what it'll be. It'll be a car drives into the pit lane, stops in their pit bay.
I was going to come up with a really clever pun and it just wasn't going to go there. So I gave up on it pretty quickly.
Gave up, yeah. That's all right, mate. We'll forgive you.
All right. Only 12 minutes to go in this race. Drivers are on lap 20, so we're at about 8 laps to go. 27 to 28 laps. Seeing Anderson's had a slowdown penalty.
Yeah, he does. I was just going
Ross Rizzo has just gone around the outside. Move done. Rizzo, as we said, just plods along. He's found himself into second.
Well done, Rizzo. We did say there at the start that he was going to be in contention for this race.
Oh, Anderson's he just pulled off the track. Anderson's got some sort of issue. I think Anderson's had some sort of pedal issue or something. That's a bit strange just to pull over like that. Philsell in, Rizzo in.
He is disconnected. So, Jared Philsell, how long are we going to see his stop take?
Michael Kirkham will probably come in this time as well. So Blake Neck will be the last driver to make his pit stop. I wonder if he'll continue on for one more and lead a lap. Always good to do that. I was always one to go and push on as late as I could and try and lead a lap. Always makes your stats look better.
Certainly does, mate, yeah.
Coming into the lane, so field is now cleansed. Martin Silvassi, the first driver on track.
10.6 second stop for Philsell and 10.1 for Rizzo. So I would have thought that Jared had to take maybe a bit more fuel. So maybe he was managing to save a bit of fuel during that time. Obviously, Jared is very experienced in the V8 supercar, which you need to save fuel a lot in those cars at times. So, hey, maybe he saved a bit more than we thought, Jay.
Oh, maybe he has, because he's actually pulled a bit of extra time on Rizzo as well. Now got that gap out to about 4 seconds. It was around about the 2.5 second mark before the pit stop. So he's gained a full 1.5 seconds on Rizzo. And we were thinking it was going to be the opposite way around. Have a look who's ended up in a battle after the pit stops. Mark Rayner, Michael Kirkham. They're back in it as if they had just gone into the pits. Swap positions out of the pits, but they're still going at it.
Yeah, so any of you viewers who aren't sort of familiar within the iRacing community, iRacing is probably, well, is the greatest online simulation racing game.
Premier.
They do an excellent job at creating quality content, and yeah, they've been around for a little while. So if you're interested in signing up, you can use one of our promo codes. You'll get 3 months for $5 of 3 months of subscription. You'll get all the base content. Unfortunately, none of these cars are involved in it, but you get some pretty cool cars as well. So please do jump on. Our promo code is PR-V8 Scops 2017. Jump on, give iRacing a go. Come and join in on one of our broadcasts. You can come and race in the Cut Price Racing Mazda MX-5 class, which is a free car to the service. So yeah, jump on and have a go.
Saw Chris Lazarevich have a little spin. We go back live. Rayner can't shake Kirkham. Now Kirkham's got, as you said, the quick repair. Now got a straight car again. And he is punching out some pretty good lap times now. Kirkham's on a real charge now that he's got a fresh car again.
Yeah, well, it's not much separating him and Rayner. So that car looking pretty flash. So Rayner is our first Ferrari in that top 5 cars or top 4 cars.
Only Ferrari in the top 5.
Only Ferrari. Our next one back is Daniel Benefield in 6th. Another one back in 7th. And then we go back to a Mercedes in 8th.
2 Audis in the top 10, and our first McLaren is in 15th. Had a BMW in the race tonight, which was Sam Ross, but we saw him unfortunately involved in an incident early in the race, so his race is done. No Ford GTs once again. Hopefully we might see a Ford GT out on track as Kirkham goes around the outside. We've seen this move done once already. Is it going to happen again? No, Kirkham backs out of it, but he's going to try and get a run and get it done at the next chicane. This is a great battle. Might take this opportunity. Maybe we'll do our onboard lap right now with Michael Kirkham while he tries to hunt down and pass Mark Rayner. Enjoy this lap of Imola. There you have it, a lap of the amazing Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari, otherwise known as Imola. And big moment for Kirkham coming through the first chicane. I thought he was going to loop it. Managed to hold it quite well. But a battle started to form just behind.
A very close battle between Scott Slazowski and Daniel Benefield. These guys both running in the Ferrari.
Not far off Winkleman as well, who's probably liking what he's seeing in the rear vision mirror. Two Ferraris battling very, very hard.
Yeah, under 5 minutes to go in this race now. Rizzo has managed to hold that gap to Phil Cell, but hasn't been able to catch up. So,
oh, Benefield
doing identical
up
times.
the inside.
Here we go.
Bit of a touch. Benefield's got it
moment.
done though.
Wow, here we go. It's a drag race. That's certainly giving Winkleman an amazing opportunity to open up that gap between these guys. That's 3
almost
seconds
bump
between them.
drafting.
And that's opening up the opportunity for Blake Neck right behind them. Here we go. We've got 3.5 minutes to go. Anything can happen between these guys. Jared Felsel's gone out to lead this race. I don't think we're going to see anyone catch him at this stage. But I reckon this fight between 7th, 8th, and 9th is right on to the end.
It is for sure as Benefield pulls out. Is he going to be able to get a move done around the outside? We've seen many try. A couple make it. Just as many fail, though. And Benefield won't be able to do it this time. Great battle. We've got 3 minutes left on the clock. So 2, maybe 3 laps left. We're on lap 25. It's a 45-minute race.
Oh, this is on, isn't it? This is on. Here we go. Cars side by side.
Big
Blake
defending.
Neck is
Oh,
just
contact!
this side. Oh, this is great. Here we go. Now we've got 3 cars side by side. Hey, that's just given that opportunity, that pass there to Blake Neck.
Not over, though.
No, it's certainly not over. We can see anything happen. That WPC concreting car at the back there is looking fierce.
Chris Lazarevich is out of the race, unfortunately. Had some sort of issue. Oh, big hit between Benefield and
Here we
Zaslowski.
go.
And next drop back now.
Next drop back. Here we go. That West End Mazda sponsored Ferrari. He's going to pop it up the inside. Here we go. It's on again. Here we go. Door-to-door action. This is going to leave the gap open for Nick. Oh, door-to-door action for these two as well. Oh, Nick just thinks better of it. Backs out there. So we're only going to have about 2 laps to go here, I reckon, Jay.
Yeah, I think it'll be 2 to go. 1:40 left on the clock. So, Philsell already starting his 26th lap of this race. Neck looking around the outside. Is he going to be able to get it done? Maybe.
Yes, he is. He's going to have the run.
Oh, he might not. He's actually had to get out of it.
This is a great little battle. This is
back
opening up
through.
the opportunity for Daniel Benefield. And I reckon it's going to pull Dylan Shepherd into the mix here too if these guys continue to fight.
And how good's that from Shepherd? We saw him have a big, massive hit. He dropped back into the mid-20s when he made his pit stop. He's fought back to 10th. And if these guys keep fighting as they are, we could see him potentially get up as high as 7th.
As Nick's challenging again. Oh, he's going to have the outside run. Door-to-door action yet again. Jeez, if we were in real cars here, we'd have probably about 10,000 worth of door damage.
Oh,
Nick
big moment for Zaslowski.
Oh.
He's off the track.
He's
Shepherd's off the
managed to
track.
hold it. He's managed to hold it, but he's going to have a guaranteed slowdown. You can guarantee that.
And will Shepherd as well, as Philsell's across the start-finish line to start the final lap of the race. Benefield's gone. He's broken away from these guys now.
Yeah, he's gone, but I reckon we're going to see it. We're going to see it happen here in the last lap. It's going to be on between Nick, Shepherd, and Zaslowski. Nick looks to be having a few little internet moments here.
Yep. Oh, big slide as well. The clock now hits 0, so we are 100% officially on the final lap of this race. The predictometer went haywire there for a few moments, but it's now the final lap. And will the Audi hold on? Up the inside looks Zaslowski, won't be able to get it done. Great battle though this has been.
Oh, amazing battle. Here we go.
Neck checked up a little bit.
Mistake here, but he's going to cover. Oh, we
love the
Zaslowski
headlights.
flashing those lights.
Trying to get a bit of distraction. Here he goes up the inside.
Oh, here we go. Shepherd. Zaslowski covered Shepherd. Oh, and that's going to give Shepherd a run. This is not good for this Blake Neck battle, though.
I
reckon we're going to see.
Neck's probably loving it. Zaslowski.
Yes,
oh, big hit.
Contact. That's race over. That's race done for all of these guys, I reckon. Maybe it's going to be on. Oh, he's redressing the position. Good sportsmanship there.
We go back to the front. Jared Philsell crosses the finish line. Picks up the win. Round 4 in the Oceanic Sprint Championship. Great drive from Philsell. Ross Rizzo finishes 2nd. Martin Silvassi will cross the line in 3rd. Mark Rayner has ended up pulling a fairly decent gap on Michael Kirkham. But we'll go back to the battle we were watching between Shepherd. Lowski actually is backed out of it. He's got damage. He's done. Unfortunate end, but that was a pretty cool battle that we saw between those guys. We'll get a Cup Price Racing replay of the actual incidents involving those three cars. That was a big moment between Kozlowski and Shepherd. They both did a great job to keep it on the track, but Kozlowski obviously had nothing left at the end. Too much damage to that car to try and push on very hard.
What a great race, Jay.
Yep.
Certainly threw it up here at Imola. We see Jared Felsell doing skids in that Mercedes.
Yeah, great drive from Jared Felsell. Come through the field. Unfortunate that Elliot Biddle had to leave, because it would have been great to see what those two ended up doing when they met, because the pace that Felsell had, you have no doubt that he would have got there. Jared Felsell ends up winning by 3.3 seconds over Ross Rizzo. Martin Silvassi in third position. Mark Rayner fourth. Michael Kirkham in fifth position. Anthony Winkleman finished in. Daniel Benefield ended up pulling ahead of that battle pack to finish in seventh. Blake Neck got through into eighth. Kozlowski ended up pipping Dylan Shepherd at the line. Shepherd led him back through. Finished in 10th position. David Jellings in 11th, with Tyler Blackburn in 12th, Simon Mazzomo 13th, Jeremy Franklin 14th, Justin Strickland 15th, David Coleman in 16th, TJ Brown in 17th, and Philip Morton in 18th. All on the lead lap. Otis Drift, Shane Bowen, and Rob Harris 1 lap down. Dave Oliver 2 laps down. Chris Lazarevich 3 laps down, and then the DNFs of Josh Anderson, Matt Morris, Luke Geisken, Nino Natal, Elliot Biddle, Ryan O'Sullivan, Jeff Rahali, Phil Gadd, Bo Albert, Sam Ross, and Matt Wright. Drivers in this one. What a race Imola has put on for us tonight.
Oh, every week, mate, it just gets better and better. So yeah, this GT3 racing is certainly turning it on for the fans, turning it on for the viewers, and turning it on for us, really. So no, it's been a great race, and I've certainly enjoyed calling it with you tonight, Jay. And we certainly look forward to next week's battle. I'm not 100% sure where next week
We're off
is.
to
You might be
Laguna
able to
Seca next week. So
there we go. That's a
very
great
cool
circuit.
Very cool track in the GT3 cars. A track that we don't see as much as you would expect within the AusNZ iRacing community, but a track that is very, very cool in the GT3 car. So it'll definitely put on another good show. Once again, of course, tomorrow night we have the Cup Price Racing Mazda MX-5 Challenge at Watkins Glen, and next Monday night we head to Snetterton for the first time in iRacing official V8 Supercar Series, which should be a very, very fun event. Drivers, from what I've heard and seen, a little bit of similarities to Stand Down. So
Okay.
very, very quick lap times, around the 1:09 mark, and fairly long race, 40 laps. Drivers, so around about a 50-minute race, which we'll throw in 2 pit stops as well. So it'll be very, very cool Monday night. You haven't had enough V8 Supercars after the weekend. Real life V8 Supercars. We'll do some more on Monday.
Never enough V8 Supercar action.
Right there.
Yeah, exactly, mate. I could watch it any day of the week. So I certainly hope that we see a great race this weekend. I hope that one of my good buddies manages to bring home the goods. So we will see how that all turns out. But yeah, certainly tune in tomorrow for the Cup Price Racing Mazda MX-5 Challenge. We've had 2 rounds so far, and they have certainly turned it up. Last week we saw such a close battle between Shane Van Gisbergen and Justin Ruggier. A few of those Sonny Catchin as well. So you can guarantee that tomorrow's race is definitely going to be on. Hopefully we see Jared Filser, Justin Ruggier come in and have a run again tomorrow. And unfortunately we're not going to have Shane there, as of course he's got Bathurst commitments, but I can guarantee you next week we will see him return.
Yeah, it will be good. First week we had 4 cars battling for the win with 1 lap to go. Last week we had 5. When we did our test race at Watkins, we had 7. So Watkins Glen will definitely turn it on next week. tomorrow night. Next week, we will see a great race in the Oceanic Championship as we head to Laguna Seca. But Fonty, I think it's time to wrap it up. Thank you very much for jumping in with me.
That's all right, mate. I've really enjoyed it. So thank you all the viewers. Don't forget to jump on our website and check it out. We put up news articles of what's going on in the AusNZ community, and we try to put out as much content and stuff. So as much. So yeah, it's been a great race, and we look forward to the next broadcast.
Yep, really can't wait. And we'll be back online tomorrow night. So thank you everyone for tuning in. This has been the Oceanic Sprint Championship Round 4 from Imola. See you next time. Bye for now.